Hi, this is Firecracker on Two Wheels. Today I'm going to discuss with you my reasoning for taking the CCW class for when I'm riding on the motorcycle and going to motorcycle events, and my decisions on why I thought I should take a CCW class.
All right, April, tell me about your how long you've had a firearm or when you got your first firearm.
I purchased my first handgun about 3 years ago. I got a M&P Shield 9mm pistol.
Tell me about your second handgun, because that's an interesting story.
My second handgun, we were at Purdy's in Stony Hill for a shovel fest, and they were selling raffle tickets on a 9mm gun that you could get, choose your color, black or purple was some of the choices. And we bought tickets and I ended up winning, so of course I chose the purple Walter 9mm.
You carried both of those guns on the motorcycle a little bit, and how'd you feel about carrying those?
They were a little big and I was kind of uncomfortable them being noticeable under my vest.
So they made you self-conscious?
Yes, very self-conscious. And so we chose to get me a 380, and it's a lot smaller. I'm not as comfortable when it comes to shooting that gun due to my hands. I feel the gun's a little small. So that's one of the reasons I chose to take the CCW class, because I feel that it will make me feel more comfortable about carrying my 9mm where I'm more comfortable handling it.
How much shooting did you do before you took the class? Since you bought the handgun, I mean, did you shoot it at all, or did you just carry it around and never shoot it?
No, we've taken it out to property and shot several times. Took off one day at work and went through, I don't even know how many rounds of ammo. And
also, you've shot at an indoor range, is that correct?
yes, we've went several times to the indoor range in St. Roberts at Uranus, Missouri.
Uranus is getting to be quite popular with the moto vloggers. I think several people have stopped there in the recent months and posted about it. Most of them stopped for the fudge, not for the indoor gun range. But you bought a vest in the last year, and when you bought that vest, did carrying a firearm weigh into the decision of what kind of vest to buy?
Yes, my first vest that I have does not have, it has inside pockets, but they're not the best for carrying a gun. I wanted a vest that had the gun pocket on the inside with the snaps right here, so I purchased me a new vest to hopefully use to carry my gun.
Has there been any other events or instances where you felt maybe more secure or safer by having a firearm?
It's not just on the motorcycle that there's things happen that I felt that I'd feel safer with a pistol. But yes, sometimes things can get rowdy, or you hear of things going on in other sections that you may feel safer if you had it with you just to protect yourself. I mean, we've been in riding places that weren't the nicest, best neighborhoods that
About the time I took you through the ghetto at St. Louis?
Yes. So yes, there's lots of instances where I would feel safer about having a firearm on me.
So what would you tell anyone who has not taken the class that they should know about taking the class, and did you find it beneficial?
I found it very beneficial as far as they do go over the laws. There are two, I think it's, I don't know what you call them, ordinance or whatever, 563 and 571 that go over if you have your concealed carry and the laws on it. And it does go over more in detail, and they do explain more in detail of when you have the right to pull your firearm, and gives you examples of, like, if you're driving down the road and there's protesters in the middle of the road, until they pull a gun at you or until they start breaking your windows or something that you feel you're in danger, then you don't have a right to pull that out just for any reason. They do go over a lot of examples of that and protecting your home and things like that. And they go over the states that accept the CCW and
the reciprocity for Missouri.
Right.
We happen to live in Missouri, and Missouri does not require a permit to carry concealed. Right. But if you want to carry concealed in other states, then you can get the permit, and then certain states reciprocate. So like when we went to South Dakota, you didn't have a permit. So you weren't, none of those states are constitutional carry when we went to Sturgis. So there was no carrying the firearm outside of Missouri.
Right. And some states don't have an agreement with Missouri on the concealed carry. And some of the states, they have an agreement, but there's like, they're divided into, these ones have this agreement and these ones have this agreement. These ones don't have an agreement. And then there's some states that they have an agreement, but they don't, like you can purchase a lifetime CCW, but some states don't honor the lifetime CCW from Missouri.
For someone that is interested in going to class, besides the legal aspects that they go over in the class, what do you need to be able to do to pass the class, and how should you prepare?
So during the class, you had to have a semi-automatic to shoot, and you had to shoot a revolver. The one I went to, if you didn't have a revolver, you could pay money and borrow one. You had to supply your own ammunition, and they wanted you to have holsters for the guns. They went over the types of holsters you could get, the Kydex, the leather, or just the little flimsy nylon, whatever, and kind of their opinion on what would be the better fit as far as carrying a gun. And then,
out of curiosity, what did they recommend for holsters?
The guy recommended leather or Kydex, but he said the Kydex was more sturdier and leather breaks down after time. But with the Kydex, they can crack after so long and stuff. But he was really big on the Kydex holsters. When you went to the class, we did morning classes on learning and going over safety, everything to do with the guns, the ordinances, everything. And then we went to the range and we had to shoot the 9mm. We did test run of your pistol, and then you had to actually do a test, and they told you what area they wanted you to keep the shots into the target, where they didn't want you to get outside, and you had to keep 90% of them in that target area. And then you had to display shooting a revolver.
I think they had some specific recommendations for hearing protection. It wasn't a requirement, but they recommended.
They wanted you to have the electronic ear muff things. They did allow people to just use the little squeezy ear plugs, but they recommended you have the electronic ones so you could hear them talking. And then they wanted you to have eye safety on.
So was the class anything you would think someone should be intimidated by if they've gone out and practiced with their handgun at a range?
If you've practiced and you know how to shoot, I wouldn't be intimidated by it. I do think it's a good learning experience, and it is a good idea to take.
Do you think you feel more confident about carrying concealed now that you've had the class?
I think I will feel better about carrying since I have the class, and I mean, just having that card, One thing is they did mention with your CCW, there are insurance policies you can get out. There's like 5 companies that offer you insurance that you can pay. I didn't check into the price of it. But if you were ever in an instance where you did shoot somebody, you could call your insurance. They would automatically send lawyers for you, and they would do the lawsuit. Yes, they would handle all the legal stuff for you. If you think this video would be beneficial to anyone, please share the video. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Check out the content on my channel and please subscribe if you like it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.